Welcome to the 5th week of Transformational Love, a Lenten reflection series making us ready for Easter. This series is presented by Ignatian Young Adult Ministries, an initiative of the Office of Ignatian Spirituality. Last week, we celebrated Lent's halfway point with an invitation to reflect on the experience of being lost, found, and loved by God. As we enter into prayer today, think about any tension, distractions, or desires that may pull you from being fully present right now. Put those things aside as we ponder one person's experience of seeing and walking with Christ on an Ignatian pilgrimage. This reflection was written by Ryan Medina, a member of the 2023-2025 cohort of Contemplative Leaders in Action in Baltimore. Over the summer of 2024, I attended a 10-day pilgrimage with my colleagues at Loyola Blakefield, where we walked the footsteps of St. Ignatius and his early companions. We journeyed through various transformative places on Ignatius's own pilgrimage, such as Montserrat, Manresa, Barcelona, and Rome. As a product of Jesuit education and now an Ignatian educator, I've read about these places and heard Ignatius's story many times. Yet this experience of walking the mountains of Montserrat, praying in the cave of Manresa, and feeling the breeze from the Cardinere River transformed my understanding of Ignatian spirituality and being a companion on a journey. As the responsorial psalm says, this pilgrimage left our mouths filled with laughter and our tongues with rejoicing. The Lord has done great things for us. We are filled with joy. Psalm 126. While in Manresa, we celebrated Mass in the cave of St. Ignatius. Walking into the sanctuary was breathtaking, as the mosaics offered a visio divina of the spiritual exercises and the history of salvation. One mosaic stuck out to me, the vision of the Storta. What happens at La Storta for Ignatius? According to the autobiography, Ignatius was at prayer in a church and experienced such a change in his soul. He saw so clearly that God the Father had placed him with Christ the Son that he would not dare to doubt it. God the Father had placed him with his Son. Transformational love happens at La Storta for Ignatius, as a new level of intimacy with Christ offers Ignatius a way of proceeding. Here Ignatius receives clarity in his sight as he desires to be placed with Christ as he journeys to Rome, where he will eventually establish the Society of Jesus. In today's second reading, Paul discusses righteousness from God and being taken possession of by Christ. Here, Paul encourages the Philippians and us to press on, trusting in God wholeheartedly. Being taken possession of by Christ leads to a transformational love of God, of self, and for our creation. This love also challenges us to witness Christ within this world throughout our thoughts and actions. Returning to the La Storta mosaic, we see this witness depicted clearly as Ignatius carries the cross with Jesus, and it appears as if the two bodies are one as they share the same eye and feet. During this season of Lent, let us press on as Ignatius does, transforming the world and each other through love anchored in a faith that does justice. Give us the clarity of understanding that Ignatius receives at La Storta, and challenge us to witness Christ in our pursuit of the Magus in each of our own communities. St. Ignatius of Loyola, pray for us. Thank you for listening to this week's Lenten reflection on seeing and walking with Christ. Join us next week for the final Holy Week installment of the Reflection series as we strive to imagine ourselves among those journeying with Jesus to the cross as servants, repenters, and extenders of transformational love.